Hello everyone, my name is Michaela Carso. I am the Nutrition Education Coordinator for the Health Education Resource Center, or the HERC, here at Eastern Illinois University. Welcome to Healthy Cooking 101. Like I mentioned, I'm from the HERC. Has anyone heard of the HERC or any of the programs that we host? The HERC, we're a group of health educators working to improve the overall health and quality of life of the Eastern community. We're located in the Booth House, which is kind of across the street from the Physical Sciences building, next to that gravel parking lot by Arby's, and also kind of by the Alumni Association. Stop on by anytime. We're always looking to chat with students. Here's a quick little overview of what we're going to do today. You already hopefully signed in and completed the assignment question. And then we're going to talk about My Plate first and just kind of what it is and how to balance your nutrition. We're going to talk a little bit about how to stretch your dollar, since our theme today is 5 ingredients or less. And then we're going to talk about the rules of the cooking lab, a little bit on food safety. Then we're going to cook the recipes and eat them. So this is My Plate. My Plate is the USDA recommendation on how to balance your diet. They suggest making half your plate fruits and vegetables. They also suggest trying to make half your grain whole grains. The third suggestion is to try and choose lean protein, so trying to choose some fish or turkey or chicken instead of just red meat like beef or pork. And they also suggest trying to make your dairy products low fat or fat free, just to help kind of manage your saturated fat intakes. This is just how to kind of generally balance your plate. Now, if your plate doesn't look like this all the time, that's totally okay. It's all about finding your balance. So if for one meal you don't really eat fruits or vegetables, just trying to add some extra fruits and veggies to your next one to find that balance and create that balance in your life. All right, now we're going to talk about budgeting, just finding ways to kind of stretch your dollar or save up a little extra money this month. The first way is to try and avoid eating out. Eating out costs a lot more than if you made the same or a similar recipe at home. So just trying to moderate how often you go out and eat, just to help kind of save some money here and there. Try to avoid going to the store hungry. If you go to the store hungry, we're going to choose to purchase extra foods or foods that are a little less nutritious or a little bit more than we want to spend. Also try making a shopping list and stick to it. If you go to the store with a plan, then you'll hopefully avoid spending a little extra money or purchasing things that you don't necessarily need. Try and buy produce that's in season. This will not only save you a little bit of money, but also it'll add a couple extra nutrients to your diet. The same nutrients that in the produce when it's out of season, but the out of season produce don't have quite as much of those nutrients. Also try and compare price per unit of name brands and generic brands. That's going to be located on the little price tag on the shelf. We'll check that the units are the same for each of the items that you're comparing, but that'll tell you what it costs per unit so that you can see if you're spending more by buying a smaller version or by buying a name brand instead of a larger portion or a generic brand. All right, so before we really get started with the cooking, I just want to remind everyone to respect this space. This space isn't ours. It's actually the nutrition department's, and we're just borrowing it. They're letting us use it for the day. So please be respectful of items that you choose to use. Also kind of be mindful of which ingredients you use. The ones on the counters are actually for the cooking lab, and the ones that are on the table right over there are the ones that we have for our use today. We're also going to be sharing these items, so try not to hog them for a long period of time because other groups may need them. Also, make sure that you sign in if you haven't yet, and before you leave, make sure to complete your post-assessment survey. Also, I want you to try and clean up your space before you leave. Make sure you wash your dishes and wipe down the counters, and then check out before you leave so that I can make sure that everything in your unit is clean and nothing's missing. All right, we're going to start off food safety today with knife skills. We're going to watch a short video on different ways to hold a knife and how to properly chop some food with a knife. Some of us may have had a lot of experience with this and others may not. This way we're all on the same page. I really don't want anyone to cut themselves, so please pay close attention. Also, these do take a lot of time to develop, so if you're new to knife skills, please be patient with yourself and take your time so that you can start developing these skills. All right, next for food safety, we're going to talk about washing our hands. Washing our hands is the #1 way to prevent the spread of foodborne illnesses, so it's super, super important, and it may seem kind of silly to talk about it, but a lot of us don't wash our hands as thoroughly or for as long as the one in this video, or as long as we need to. And so we're going to watch this short video just to give us a couple of tips and tricks to make sure that we're thoroughly washing our hands before we begin cooking. So please feel free to kind of follow along and mimic the motions that she's doing as a little bit of practice, and then hopefully we remember all of these details when we go to wash our hands before we start cooking. Another thing I want to note is that in this video, it says that you should be washing your hands for a full minute, and that's a little bit misleading. You actually just need to wash your hands for a total of about 20 seconds. So singing happy birthday is roughly 20 seconds. For the full minute, it's including all of the additional steps, so turning on the water, turning off the water, getting your hands wet, drying them off. So it's actually 20 seconds that you need to be scrubbing your hand. So just keep that in mind. Alrighty, now you know some of the rules of the cooking lab and you know how to properly use a knife and to properly wash our hands. So we're going to start cooking. The 3 recipes that we're going to use today are stuffed zucchini, revamped ramen, and asparagus pasta. These all have 5 ingredients or less, and they're fairly budget friendly. So go ahead and partner up and let's get started. As we're cooking today, I'm going to leave this up on the board. This is just a couple on and off campus resources for those who may need a little bit of food assistance. As college students, our budget might be pretty small and might not leave a lot of room left to buy food every month. So please feel free to take a photo of this or grab one of the handouts on the counter that has these as well as additional resources. None of us should be hungry. We have so many resources here in Charleston, so please just grab these either for yourself or someone else. You never know when you'll need it. Most of you are finished cooking and starting to eat your food, so just a couple things before you leave. Please clean all of the dishes and put them back where you found them. If you're not sure where you got them from, feel free to ask me. Also, fill out your post-assessment survey, just giving me some feedback about the program tonight. And then also, please feel free to take any handouts and recipes that you want and peruse them. They're on the counter here. Thank you so much for coming tonight. A couple upcoming events, just in case you want to come to more. March is National Nutrition Month, so check out our social media. We'll be posting different facts or recipes, things related to National Nutrition Month. There's also a Student Dietetic Association bulletin board downstairs on the first floor next to the nutrition office, and they'll also be posting things for National Nutrition Month. The next class is going to be Grab and Go Foods on April 9th at 12:30 p.m., so just after noon. And this is going to be focused on grab and go things that you can bring to campus to stay fueled as you're here all day learning. Also check out our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. We post a lot of fun things on there, just tips and tricks for wellness and upcoming events, things like that. So check us out.